So having cashback credit cards with no annual fee can be the perfect setup for someone who likes to keep things a little bit simpler when it comes to credit cards while still earning sign-up bonuses of up to $200 and a flat 1.5% to 3% cash back on everyday spending. In today's video, we're going to be covering the top no annual fee credit cards going into 2023 that should be in your wallet. Now, the first card on this list is going to be from Chase, and that's going to be the Chase Freedom Flex. This card is going to give you a $200 cashback sign-up bonus after you spend $500 within the first 3 months of account opening. It's going to give you 5% back on rotating quarterly categories up to $1,500 spent in that category for that quarter. It's also going to give you 5% back on travel booked through the Chase My Travel portal, as well as 3% back on dining out and drugstore purchases. Now, with this card, it's going to be a little bit different because you're actually going to be earning cash back in the form of My Chase Ultimate Reward Points. And so how that works is you get your Chase My Reward Points, and then you can actually take those and redeem those for 1 cent valuation per point, and redeem that in the form of a statement credit to cover your purchases or some of your costs of your bill for that month. Or what I always recommend, and we'll touch on this in a later video, is you can actually take those Chase Ultimate Reward Points, transfer them out to a eligible hotel partner or an airline partner, and get up to sometimes 2.5 cents per point valuation for that. So taking those 20,000 Chase reward points that you get after spending $500 in the first 3 months and using them for travel by transferring them out to an airline partner, for example, could be worth $450 as opposed to just using them for a statement credit of a valuation of $200. Now, the only con to this card is going to be that it is only 5% back on rotating quarterly categories on $1,500 spent per category for that quarter, meaning after you spend $1,500 on your category for that quarter, you're just going to be earning 1% back on everything else. However, if you max out that category, say your category for that quarter is groceries, and obviously you can spend $1,500 for that quarter on groceries very easily. That's an easy thing to do. You're going to be earning $75 cash back per quarter, up to $300 per year, making it an excellent choice to have in your wallet considering it is a no annual fee card. Now, the next card on this list is going to be coming from American Express, and I believe this could potentially be the most well-rounded no annual fee cashback card of 2023. With this card from American Express, you're going to be earning 3% back on the first $6,000 spent per year on gas, groceries, and online shopping, making this a pretty tough to beat card if you're anything like me, and most of my spend comes from things like gas and groceries. So getting 3% back on that is something that's very hard to beat, as well as getting that 3% back on online shopping cards. You're also going to be getting an $84 annual Disney Plus credit in the form of a statement credit for $7 per month when you link your card to pay for an eligible Disney Plus subscription. Now, onto the cons of this card. There's only 2 that I would have. The first con is going to be that your cash back is going to be redeemed at the end of each month in the form of a statement credit to go towards your bill. And the second con of this card is that you're only earning 3% cash back for the first $6,000 spent in those 3 categories, and then you're only earning 1% back on everything else, which is a little low compared to some other cashback credit cards on this list. However, if you do max out each one of those categories, so you spend $6,000 per year on gas, groceries, and online shopping, you get $180 back for each category, making it a really good, and like I said, what I believe to be the most well-rounded card on this list for 2023. Now, the next card on this list is going to be the Citi Custom Cash Card. With this card, you're going to earn a $200 sign-up bonus after you spend $1,500 within the first 6 months of account opening. This card is going to get you 5% back on your highest eligible spend category for each billing cycle, up to $500 spent. Some of these categories include things like gas, restaurant purchases, select transit, select streaming, and select home improvement store purchases. And after that $500 spent per billing cycle and getting 5% back on that, you're gonna get 1% back on everything else, or 1% back on everything that's not in your spending category for that month. Using this card is I would look and see when your billing cycle starts and ends, find out what's gonna be your spending category for that month. So let's say gas, for example. So if you're getting 5% back, back, I would put all of your gas purchases on the City Custom Cash for that month, maxing out that value and getting as much 5% back as you can with this card for that month. Card on this list is going to be another Chase card, and this card is going to be really beneficial if you're one of the millions of people that have Amazon Prime, and that's going to be the Amazon Rewards Prime Visa from Chase. Now with this card, you're going to get $100 that's automatically deposited into your Amazon Prime account after account opening, so no need to spend anything. You just get a free $100 after opening this no annual fee credit card. This card is also going to give you 5% cash back when you shop at Amazon using Amazon Prime, and then 5% back when you shop at Whole Foods, as Whole Foods is owned by Amazon. Really unique thing with this card, where it's not like most traditional store cards, is you can actually use it outside of Amazon for your everyday spend. Doing it that way, you would get 2% back on gas, 2% back on restaurants, drugstore purchases, as well as 1% back on everything else. This card it's going to be the first card on this list with no foreign transaction fees. So if you have any one of the other cards that we mentioned previous to this, or if you're looking at credit cards and you want something with a no foreign transaction fee in case you're looking to do some travel coming up or anything like that out of the country, this would be a really good card to earn you 5% back on those categories that we talked about: purchases, 2% back on gas, drugstore, and restaurant purchases, and then 1% back on everything else outside of that. Now, the next card that we're going to be covering is going to come from Discover, and that's going to be the Discover It Cashback card. With this card, similar to the Chase Freedom Flex, you're going to be earning 5% back on up to $1,500 per quarter on rotating categories. You're going to go down to 1% back on everything else. This card, Discover, does a really unique welcome bonus, unlike anything else that we've covered on this list so far. With this card, you're going to get something called Cashback Match within your first year. So how that works is all the cash back that you earn within that first year with Discover, at the end of that, they're gonna match that 100%. So your 1% cash back for that entire year actually turns into 2%, and your 5% cash back for that entire year actually turns into 10%, which makes it a really good card and a really unique welcome bonus that you don't see on any other card. Up on this list is going to be from Capital One, and that's going to be their Saver One card. This is the card I believe to currently be the best no annual fee cashback card from Capital One. This card is going to give you a $200 cashback sign up bonus after you spend $500 within the first 3 months of account opening. With this card, you're going to be earning 3% cash back on restaurant purchases, entertainment purchases, grocery purchases, as well as popular streaming purchases, and then you're going to be getting 1% back on everything else. Another really cool thing similar to the Chase Freedom Flex is you're going to be getting 5% back when you book through the Capital One travel portal, and that's going to be for things like rental car and hotel. It doesn't apply to airfare, unfortunately, but it is still nice to see a credit card, especially with no annual fee, giving you 5% back on your hotel purchases as well as your rental car purchases. Now, for the last credit cards on this list, we're going to be talking about cards that aren't for a specific spending category, but cards that are just great catch-all cards for everyday spend outside of those other spending categories that we previously touched on earlier in the video. With these credit cards, 1.5% to 2% cash back is going to be ideal, as well as a sign-on bonus if you can find one. Now, the first card on this list is going to be the Citi Double Cash card. Again, another great beginner card, very simple and straightforward to use, earning you 2% cash back on everything that you buy. It's going to be 1% cash back when you actually purchase that item, and then it's going to be another 1% back when you pay for the item. Now, with this card, similar to the Citi Custom Cash card, you're actually going to be earning your cash back in the form of Citi Thank You points, which are similar to those Chase points that we touched on earlier, meaning you can use those Citi Thank You points to redeem for cash back for a statement credit, or again, you can actually transfer them out to airline and hotel partners and get more value for those points booking for travel. The only downside to this card, which is what a lot of people have complained about in the past, is it's hard to find a welcome offer for this card. Typically, they don't offer one, and that's going to be the biggest con to this card, is not having a welcome bonus on it. Now, the next card on this list is going to be the Wells Fargo Active Cash card. Wells Fargo cards aren't the most popular for good certain reasons. However, this card is not a bad option at all if you want to earn just a flat 2% back on everything, because this card is going to give you unlimited 2% cash back on every purchase that you make with the card. It's also going to give you a $200 sign-up bonus after you spend $1,000 within the first 3 months of account opening. Now with this card, you're actually going to get $600 of cell phone protection when you pay your cell phone bill with this card, which is something really cool to see that you don't see on any other no annual fee card on this list. We have the Chase Freedom Unlimited. Now, this is arguably my favorite card on this list for a catch-all cashback card that isn't targeted to a specific category. And that's going to be because you're going to be earning unlimited 1.5% cash back on everyday purchases. You're going to be getting 3% back on dining and drugstore purchases, just like the Chase Freedom Flex. And you're also going to be getting a $200 sign-up bonus after you spend $500 within the first 3 months, again, like the Chase Freedom Flex. Now, the reason why I like this card so much is because you're going to be getting 1.5% cash back on every single purchase that you make with this card, which is really good to combine with that 5% on quarterly categories with the Chase Freedom Flex, being able to pull all of those Chase Ultimate Reward points together, give you even more cash back that you can use for statement credits, or like we talked about earlier, how you're gonna get the best value for those Ultimate Reward points is gonna be transferring them out to an airline partner or a hotel partner and booking them for travel. So being able to have 2 cards from Chase pulling points together simultaneously is going to give you really good value. Lastly, with this card, Chase does change it from time to time, but currently at the time of filming this video, you will actually be getting 5% cash back on groceries for the first year of having this card, which is really, really good. That gives you up to $800 of cash back for the first year of opening this card if you use it for groceries. Another good thing to mention with the Chase Freedom Unlimited is going to be that it does offer partner offers that Chase does change from time to time, but you can go on your Chase app or the Chase website and find partner offers, some things like Grubhub, DoorDash, and things like that that you'll get just for owning this card. I am curious to know though, what are some of your favorite no annual fee credit cards that you feel should be in everyone's wallet in 2023? They could be any from this list that we talked about today, or some that aren't on this list that you feel should have made the list. Let me know by dropping a comment down below. If you enjoyed this video or found it informative in any way, I'd appreciate it if you could take 2 seconds out of your day to drop a like down below, as it does help me out tremendously. If you're interested in more credit card tips and personal finance tips, make sure to hit the subscribe button while you're down there. As always, I appreciate you guys for tuning in, and I hope each and every one of you have a wonderful rest of your day.